I'm sure you've all seen train crew walking around stations with massive backpacks, but exactly what do we carry around with us? It isn't just our sandwiches, right? Well, you're right. I've got myself a brand new bag, and I'm going to show you what goes inside. Hi guys, Richard here from DadRail, and welcome to this video all about the train driver's backpack and what we carry around with us. Before we jump into the video, and as always guys, I've got to tell you that all the opinions and views expressed within this video are solely my own and may not reflect those of any companies I may be employed by or associated with. Also, all the information in this video and on this channel is of course provided to you free of charge, but if you do want to show your appreciation, hitting the like button and subscribing would be a brilliant way of doing so. So what do we carry around in our massive oversized backpacks? I mean, looking at me, you'd think it was just sandwiches, wouldn't you? But trust me, it isn't. There's a bit more to it than that. So what individuals carry will depend on who they are and what company they work for. Some companies have different requirements for the equipment that they have to carry. But broadly speaking, most train operating companies are the same. So I'm just going to go through a few of the things that I personally carry. Some of it mandatory and some of it personal choice. First things first, high vis vest. You do not want to leave home without high visibility vest or high visibility clothing of some sort, a vest in particular. You can't go trackside without one of these on, and if you're a train driver, that could pose a particular problem. The next thing I carry is high vis trousers. Now these are the waterproof slipover varieties. As a freight driver, some of the sites we visit, they do mandate full PPE, so orange trousers and full orange top. So I always make sure I've got a pair of orange waterproof slipover trousers in my bag, just in case. Staying with personal protective equipment for a minute. Safety glasses. What do you think? Do you think it'll catch on? And safety sunshades as well. That doesn't look too bad, that's quite a nice look. Yeah, once again, some of the sites we go to require full PPE. You could be on sites where they've got stone and dust and stuff like that. So some sites you will need safety eyewear as well. I might just leave those on for the rest of the video. What do you think? Yes or no? Is it a look? Can I get away with it? So, sticking with safety equipment. No, I'll take those off. Sticking with safety equipment, we have got gloves. Absolutely essential, especially if you're freight driving. You can see from the state of these, look at the colour of those. I need to get some new ones. Actually, they're absolutely filthy. You can see from the colour of those, you can get absolutely covered in grease and stuff like that. Especially if you're going between locomotives, if you're attaching pipes and couplings that are all covered in grease. Even the handrails on the outside of the locomotives can be really dirty. So, essential gloves. And of course, good old-fashioned hard hat. I'm being really careful here to make sure I cover up any company branding on there. Good old-fashioned hard hat. With a light. Yeah, so again, some of the sites we go to mandate full PPE. And that, of course, that is, hard hat is included in that full PPE. Got ear defenders on this one as well. Now, obviously, this doesn't fit inside the bag very well. So I've got one of these clippy things. I think the correct name is a carabiner or something like that. Tell me in the chat, so I can never remember what they're called. So I clip that onto the outside of my bag and then inevitably whack someone in the face with it when I'm on the tube. Two-way radio, essential piece of equipment for freight drivers. If I'm arriving at a yard and I need to propel into a yard, I need to have communication with a shunter, so I use a two-way radio for that. Next up we have safety torch, very important piece of equipment. You want to check this regularly. Make sure the batteries are good. Well, this is a new torch. I haven't put the batteries in it yet. It's going in my new bag. That's why. But yeah, the torch can show white light, red light, green light. Needed for emergency situations. If you're doing train prep at night, you need to see around the place. Very important piece of equipment. Need that in your bag and it needs to be working. Next up is my folder full of information that I won't show you. But in here I've got various bits, route maps, bits and bobs. And there's also certain forms we have to carry around with us. We have to carry a RT3185 form around, which is a signalling irregularity form. We have to carry an emergency special working form and a modified working form. And these are all forms you need for degraded signalling working that the signalman will dictate to you. So you need to make sure you've got those on you. So if the signalman says emergency special workings in operation, you can whip your form out and take down the details. Which is why you also need to carry a pen, or more advisably, a pack of pens. So we used to have to carry around quite a lot of information. Used to have to carry around traction manuals, route maps and all that sort of thing. But thanks to the wonders of this magical device here, the iPad, most of what I need is contained within here now. So this is classed as an essential piece of equipment. I have applications on here which allow me to access important train running information. I can access train lists, timetable information and stuff like that. I've also got all my traction manuals on here, my rule book, I've got route maps on here. This is a really, really important bit of information. Before you had to carry most of that stuff in paper format, but now the iPad has got all of that on it. Make sure it's charged up. Really important to have that with you. Incidentally, I lost my iPad a couple of days ago, and one of the shunters found it and left me a nice note. Talking of charging block, very important. Make sure you take that with you. And of course, USB charging leads. Nice pink one that my wife bought for me. I've got an iPhone, so all of my iPad and everything uses the same connector. But if you haven't got an iPhone or whatever, make sure you've got charging leads for your particular device. Most of our trains have got, locomotives have got a USB charging point in them. If not, you've got mess rooms that have got mains power. Failing that, I also carry power bank around with me. There is possibility, especially in winter months, you get ice, you get snow, you could be stuck, failed trains or whatever, bad weather, you could be stuck out 14, 15, 16 hours. It's a really good idea to make sure you can maintain communication, not just with people at home so they know what's going on, but you can maintain communication with your control, you can maintain communication with the signaller in the event of a GSMR failure. So yeah, I always carry a power bank with me as well. This gives me something like 24 hours worth of additional phone time. So yeah, really, really useful to have that. So we're getting on to some of the personal items that I also carry now. I always carry a pack of baby wipes. Aldi baby wipes, for that matter. Really useful to have if you need to clean up, if you get grease on your hands or anything like that. Just really useful to have in your bag. If you get caught short, baby wipes. Cutlery. Spoon and fork. I don't carry a knife for some reason. Spoon and fork. Really, really good idea to carry cutlery. The amount of times I've gone to Sainsbury's, I'm a driver, who am I kidding? Waitrose. No, Aldi. I've got Aldi baby wipes. And you get a salad or something and the little spoon is missing, or you get a yogurt. You get a salad and the fork is missing, or you get a yogurt and the spoon is missing. Really annoying. So I always carry some cutlery around in my bag with me. On personal items as well, tissues. Really good idea. I suffer from hay fever a little bit, so in the summer it's a really good idea to have some tissues with you. Catch it, kill it, bin it, and all of that sort of thing. Hand sanitizer. I haven't got any, but that's another good thing to carry around. And last but not least, I've got a little pot that I carry around with me, and I've been doing this since I was passenger driving. And in there I've got Lemsip tablets, I've got hay fever tablets, I've got ibuprofen, paracetamol, all manner of tablets that I might need when I'm out on track. If you're out on track and you've got a stinking headache, you know, if you've got some paracetamol in your bag or something, it's problem solved. Obviously checking all your medication has been checked out with your control and your occupational health, and you're obviously okay to take that. Because there are some medications, even over-the-counter medications, that as train drivers we can't take because they make you drowsy. So anything you're carrying around, just make sure that you've got it checked out. Of course, and I don't have them here, sandwiches. If there's room in the bag, you also take your sandwiches. And personally, I normally carry around a can of Red Bull or Monster energy drink. I'm not a particular fan of energy drinks. Some people think that they're actually banned and train drivers are not allowed to drink them. That is false. We are allowed to drink them. It's not encouraged. They are high caffeine, high sugar. They're really, really bad for you. And the high only lasts for a little while. It's not prolonged, so it's not a good idea to actually drink them. But I normally carry one in my bag. Then if I'm on a long shift and I'm feeling fatigued or tired, I can crack that open and down that sort of as a safety precaution. So one of the things I know it's probably going to come up in the chat is flags. Do drivers carry flags? No, drivers do not carry flags with them. Conductors or trainmen, or should that be train person, will carry flags with them, but it's not part of a driver's equipment to carry flags. Just before I sign off, I almost forgot. Keys. Lots and lots of keys. So I've got a bunch of keys there which will get me into various railway access gates and places like that. If we do possession work, you could be stuck in the middle of nowhere and you'll need to get into an access gate to get to your train when you're relieving drivers. Getting into sidings and yards. Big bunch of keys, very useful. Of course, I have a collection of driver's keys, EP keys, electro-pneumatic keys, master keys. Special ones black tops on them, 700 Thameslink special limited edition keys. I've also got a couple of other keys there, carriage key, which is quite useful on coaching stock, and a key that I've acquired, but I don't know what it does, but I'm carrying it around because I'm sure it's going to come in useful at some point in the future. So there we go, guys. That is what I carry around in my bag. Is there anything on there that surprises you? Is there anything that maybe you thought I carried but I don't? Or maybe there's something I should be carrying that I'm not? Let me know in the comment section below. I do hope you've enjoyed this short and hopefully slightly informative video. I'd like to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters whose names are on the screen down there. You are absolutely brilliant and you really do make such a difference to me making these videos. Although I don't make them as often as I should, you really do make such a difference. Like I said earlier, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button and subscribe. That would be awesome. And if you want to find out more about my life as a train driver and bits and bobs that I do, you can also follow me on my social media channels, which are down on the screen somewhere right there now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one.